so so you guys can see, I was at the Marine Institute when I was 12. So the equivalency is actually the kid, the Indian kid, or whatever you guys want to call him, when he graduated when he was 14. He was in he was at college level, um, which is kind of equivalent to what I did at the Marine Institute. I'm really upset because I got blocked a lot in going to where I needed to go. It hurt. I'm not gonna lie. It hurt a lot. I was supposed to be in Hawaii, and I was actually supposed to move to Hilo, um, and I don't know what happened in Hilo, but anyway, and then I was supposed to go to Azusa Pacific, but finances and stuff got in the way, which is really ridiculous because I come from a shit ton of money. Like, I'm not gonna lie. The investments made, of what my family has done, though some have done some bad things to people, I really should have been able to get into a Marine Institute in Hawaii and study the dolphins and keep track of the sharks. I'm not afraid of sharks at all. Like, just like spiders. And thanks to my mom. My mom told me. She said, "Are you afraid of spiders?" And I was like, I think I was about 6 years old, and I screamed, And she said, "How are you afraid of spiders?" She said, "How do you think the spider feels about you and your big body? Like you're a spider, and then you're so much bigger. Who's more afraid, right?" And so, that made that clicked in my mind that I am strong, and I am not going to live in fear of things that are uh, perishable. So. Anyway. So there's what I would teach is stuff like that. So it would be sharks, dolphins, and then you name the differences. And here's the thing: we had to figure things out. We had to agree upon, is this a flipper? And then all of a sudden, flipper is the name of a dolphin and a movie. That's why I'm fucking Democrats. My best friend was a Democrat. She pissed me off so much, and she brought goober jelly to my house, and I said it's over. I was like, I was 12, and I said, you know what, I can't be your friend anymore if you're gonna put jelly and peanut butter together, and it goes in a cupboard or it goes in the fridge. Either way, I was so mad. I was like, peanut butter goes here, jelly, like keep things separated. And that was my mentality. So we had to do stuff like this. This is actually more 5th grade work for 8-year-olds. And so I wish that they would change things to be, if you're 8, then you're in the 8th grade. If you're 9, you're in the 9th grade. We should be at that point in time, if we actually have progressed as human beings, to not trap anyone in a time of sorrow, a time of depression, a time of uncomfort, of miscomfort, a time of pain, a time of misunderstanding, mistranslations. We should be progressing to change the education system by now. But if they don't have this kind of stuff at home to do, and if they're not in a good place in their mind mentally, which is why I'm pro medicine, and honestly, the abuse rate, I guarantee you, the abuse rate goes down. The abuse rate goes down when you add things like this. Like, hey, this is what you're gonna be on honor roll. You're gonna get people to recognize you. And what happened to these guys? Like my advisors and the people that read my work, what happened to them Are they okay? And did they live a good life with medicine or whatever they needed? Um, that was my ultimate goal, and also to give them something to look forward to, that I will be someone. When I was younger, I was invisible, and to this day, um, I don't feel invisible. But I definitely don't feel seen, which is fine because I'm awful to talk to in person, to be honest. Like if I talk to someone and I see movement or a light that flashes, then I get distracted very easily. So that's why I don't do large meetings and everything like that. But these are examples. So the thing is that you pick a topic and you can do everything with the topic. Math, right? Graphs and bars. This is marine mammal lifespan. These are important things. It doesn't look important, right? It looks like, oh, just a kid who likes to put color in boxes. No, there's information in the things that I do. In everything I say and do has meaning. Okay. So for this, if you look at it, Americo lobster, halibut. Okay, and then you have to say halibut. You have to say it fast. Whale shark. So and the dolphin, the lifespan, right, is 50 years for a dolphin. The lifespan for a whale shark is 50 years. Okay, the whale is 50 years, and even well, I'm mad at myself now because I should have put a key that has the colors marking each. So the swordfish. Okay, so this is called inventory of food. Okay, fish and sharks and all that kind of stuff. And yes, I've eaten shark. I've tasted shark. I've eaten snake. It's not good. Okay, and so that's why they're like, oh, chicken, tofu, right? You just got to make the best of everything. But our systems, our stomachs, are a big problem, and as well as how many are left, right? Can you eat dolphin? No, you eat dolphin. If you eat dolphin, you will die. If you eat a piece of if there's a dolphin and you cut a piece off of it or in it or anything, it's beyond rubber, and it's worse than swallowing gum. Like it will kill you. So we don't do that to dolphins. I understand what happened with. Here's the thing: when you have men trying to care for their families and the women at home caring for their families at home, it becomes a problem because they go out and they hunt. It's human instinct is what it is. It's a natural thing to want to go and not explore, but go and bring something back. So all the riots and the looters, as they say, which is I don't like that word, but all the looting that was done and all the things that people took back to their houses, I don't think it's illegal. I don't think anyone should be charged with anything. If anything, I would say good job, because those items were not being sold because no one has any finances to back them when they buy those type of items. Also, half of those stores really were closed down. People didn't lose their jobs necessarily, but they were told to go home. Half of the people went home and said, okay, now my whole life changed because you have to go back to your parents' house or your friends or family or your own place or across the country or on a boat or up in the sky and live on a plane. There are the changes that happened were so drastic when they shut everything down. So also the if there's no one there to open the doors and have the keys and they're like, okay, we're going to open the store, and then the owners are all of a sudden dead or in another country or stuck inside in an underground or in a bathroom that locks. Maybe someone was inside and they said, we can't get in, break it open. You never know those stories. And there are too many stores that have too many employees, even getting paid still, but not actually doing anything, which I'm not against, because people do have to have, we have to keep the flow of everything going. There's no question about that. The, there had once the all this has already started, so it's kind of like pushing a button, and now we can't stop it. So I'm telling you all this now. When it comes to children, and even this, I didn't have to do this. This came from me. So it's seashells and starfish. Okay, so it's on a piece of paper, and it's just, it's artwork. So what you do is you add the artwork in, you give them glue sticks, you let them feel things, so then they know this is glue, and if they put it on their face, this is glue. That's how we learn what and what not to do with chemicals. Even for this, they taught us at a very young age how to do that, and also to hold on to it, to see how long and will it grow in this. And so it's just the coolest thing. And I have no mites and stuff like that. I don't fear a lot of things. And so even this, you get glue, and you have to cut things. Use scissors appropriately. Remember, as we spoke on, and then you have to name things. See, there's blank spaces, right? And so these formats is what created my mentality. These formats that I was given from Montclair, my little tribe over here, these formats and what they made me do is how I became who I am. And so all the math, again, I did I nailed a math problem when I was 14. It took me, it was one page for one math problem, right? And it took me 2 hours, and I it sounds like, oh, 2 hours, but it's unbelievable what the mind can do when you actually can focus and have quiet time and stuff like that, and create a space to learn. You can create a space to learn. Okay, and so then, I was like, oh, I can turn this in. And so drawing is good too. But again, the use of pencils. You have to get the children, and you have to say behave. No one should be irritating anyone. I understand a lot about bullying. Trust me, a lot. I wish not to speak on my